Good day, this is Sonia Wahl. I'm from the Oudtshoorn Courant. I'm standing here with Dr. Elias Parker. He's the convener of the campaign Heal to Heal. Good day, Dr. Parker.
Good day, good morning to you. Pleasure to be in Oudtshoorn for a change.
That's wonderful. It's a bit hot.
A bit hot, but it was quite riveting to see the ostriches, running, trying to keep up with the bicycle cyclist.
I can imagine. Dr. Parker, you and about 30 cyclists have come to Oudtshoorn today. Tell me, this Heal to Heal campaign that you're running, what are you aiming to achieve by this campaign?
We realize, that in South Africa we live in a very unequal society. We also realize that people in the rural areas, the little dorpies, not all of them have access to treatment, to diagnosis. Sometimes they have access, but detection of it is so late that, it almost makes no difference whether they get treatment or not. That is how virulent, the disease of cancer is. So, my wife died of cancer 4 years ago, and in dealing with the emotional trauma, one can choose an easy way out to go into a corner and go into a sense of self-pity. But I decided, that instead of doing that, let me rather transform that negative energy into a positive energy. And in trying to cherish her memory and her name, we launched a fund called, her name was Mariam, so we launched a fund called the Mariam Parker Cancer Foundation. So Heal to Heal is an endeavor, it's an attempt to raise at least 3 million rand for cancer and multiple sclerosis. And this is exactly what we set out to do. And so far, we're not doing too bad. Maybe we're touching 1 million rand.
Wow.
So we hope to raise another 2 million rand before the 11th by the 11th of December when we return back. The beneficiaries, so we're going to be channeling this amount through an organization called Pink Drive. Pink Drive is an organization that has a history of going into rural towns, do scans and x-rays, and if they detect somebody that's got cancer, they then do an awareness campaign as well. They then take these patients and refer them to the nearest place, for. In other words, they detect and then they implement a process whereby these patients can get treatment. If this doesn't happen, sometimes these patients just perish away.
Yes.
And then the Groote Hospital in Cape Town Oncology Department is also a beneficiary. And then multiple sclerosis, we're hoping to give some of the money to Multiple Sclerosis South Africa.
That's wonderful. Dr. Parker, tell me, how can the public get involved to show their support for this campaign?
I think, we'd like to, when you say the public, I'm talking about the people in these towns.
In every town?
I think, we'd love to be welcomed and a sense of belonging. What we've also done is we've brought along 400 food hampers, very, very good food hampers, food that should last for up to 2 to 3 weeks to people. So every town that we're going into, we're going to give out 45 formidable, good, very filling food hampers to the people. So we'd like to meet the people, we'd like to engage. We brought Pink Drive along. We want Pink Drive to have an awareness campaign, tell them, teach them. Gender-based cancers, can be detected with palpitation. If you can teach a 13-year-old girl how to palpitate, she can actually detect breast cancer very, very early. So that's the first thing. Secondly, we obviously want the people, to contribute towards the fund.
Yes.
What we can say is every cent that we collect is going to be going to the beneficiaries. If you want the account number of Heal to Heal, go to our website. It's www.healtoheal.co.za.
Great. Doctor, just a quick one. Who are these cyclists participating in this tour, and how many cyclists are there?
First of all, we are 32 cyclists and 1 hand cyclist. This hand cyclist is somebody that was born with polio, was involved in a life-threatening accident 13, 14 years ago, has been walking on crutches virtually all his life, and he is taking part. It's his wife that died of multiple sclerosis. So who are these cyclists? These are people that first of all, the youngest is 22 and the oldest is 65. I'm not the oldest, by the way. So they are varying people, that just embraced the concept of uplifting humanity and to inject a social fabric of value into our community. So who are they? Some of them are avid cyclists that have been cycling for 13, 15 years. Some of them are social cyclists, and then you have novice cyclists like myself. I got onto a bike for the first time in my life 14 months ago.
Wow.
And I never ever knew how to cycle, learned how to cycle, and I was determined to do this in the name of my late wife. And today I would consider myself a fairly above average cyclist.
That's wonderful. Doctor, just a quick one. What time will you be leaving tomorrow, and where will you be launching from and going to?
Well, we want to leave early. You see, garden route gets very hot this time of the year. So we want to get done with the ride, with 70% of the ride before 9 o'clock, before sun really comes out, 9:09. So, but tomorrow morning by 6 o'clock, we want to hit the road and we're going to leave right from Eldorado Hotel.
Great.
And we'll be heading towards Calitzdorp.
Great stuff. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Nice to meet you and give all my love and respect to the people of Oudtshoorn.
Oh, that's